On this topic of savings and resource mobilization, there are those things that we think about. Our minds are very powerful. That's what we are told. And if you think you're poor, you will be poor. And if you think you're rich, you will be rich. So there are some things that through our thoughts, they might manifest to be true. A rich mindset, and we want to see the difference between rich mindset and poor mindset. Rich mindset understand that it can never know everything and that something can be learned from everyone. Like today, we are here to learn. When we were told about this webinar, we knew we didn't know everything about financial literacy. There are some who are experts, and there are some who are here and they have done finance, but they know they don't know everything, and that's why they joined. And that is a rich mindset, agreeing that you don't know everything and you want to learn. A poor mindset will lead itself into believing it knows everything and that opposing perspectives are wrong before even hearing them. Somebody with poor mindset believes that he knows everything and they don't need to be told anything. And that's the perception that we want to remove from ourselves. Because as entrepreneurs, we need to learn things from others, and that's how we will grow. What are the signs of a poor mentality? What are the signs for people who think they know everything? They believe that they are victim of others' decisions and choices, constant search for cheapest alternative, even if it's comfort. You want to go and look for things. You can find them where you are, but because you know of an alternative that is cheaper, but it's going to cost you maybe to move to a longer distance, you opt for that. Believe that you are lucky when you succeed, incompetent when you fail. Those are the signs of a poor mentality. Then we have signs of a rich mentality, somebody who believes in abundance and believe they have. You can save money. However little that you have, you can set aside some and save. You can live comfortably below your means. You don't have to live with debts to succeed or borrow from people to be able to sustain your life. You can live below your means. You will eventually be able to pay for things you really want because of your rich mindset. Through saving, you will be able to pay for things that you want because you've denied yourself for now to be able to achieve what you want later. You're going to be able to afford to retire as planned. If you're planning to retire and through your savings, you will be able to retire as you want because you've planned yourself. You're not motivated purely by money. Money is not the only motivator that you have. You can do things even without being paid, like giving back to society. You view money as an ally, not everything. Money is not the only thing that motivates you. You're not stuck. When doing your things, you're not stuck because you think money is the only thing that can enable you to do what you want. Now, definition of savings. What is savings? And because this is our topic for the day, what do you understand with the word saving? Kindly write on the chat box. Altaf, kindly share some of the meanings that saving has for you. Ahmad, savings is a budget for next business. Thank you. True. Zahra, financial literacy help us with our whole economic life. True. Somebody else? Altaf, for example, save money for our future and our family. Yes, that's true. Thank you for sharing. Others, you can still write on the chat box. Savings is income not spent or deferred consumption. It's the money that you've set aside. You will not, after earning, you will not spend a certain percentage of your money. You will spend later. with a goal. Maybe you want to do investments, you want to buy something, that is the money that you set aside. It is also delayed gratification. You steering away from what you love most today for greater reward tomorrow. You defer what you like to do every day with hope that, or with a goal that, what I'm denying myself today, I'll be able to achieve maybe next year, next month, depending with your goal. That is what we call saving. It is also the difference between your income and your consumption. What you earn and what you consume. What is left, that is what we call savings. Amount of money assigned to future consumption. The money that you set aside to use at a later date, that is what we call savings. And savings, we can save with different goals. And here I have a picture of what savings, of what we can save for. We can save for education. We can save for medical and emergencies. We can save to start or grow our business. For those who are already in business, there's somebody who has said her business has been doing well this month, so they can save more and grow their business. You can save to purchase an asset, can either be a house, a car, land. You can save for future investment. Maybe you're now working, but you want to invest later, so you can start saving. You can save for retirement or old age. You can also save to be able to borrow more from a financial institution. And also you can save for social purposes. When you want to do a wedding, you can save for that. Reason for savings. There are also other reasons for saving. Saving comes in handy when one encounters unforeseen circumstances, such as medical bill. So you can save just in case something happens. You have something to cushion yourself with the savings that you have. It is also a means to acquiring assets. Because nowadays education is very costly, you can save for your children or for yourself. People save in anticipation of accumulation of a sizable savings to enable them start or enhance enterprises. As I had said earlier, you can save to expand your business or to start a new business. To finance anticipated social purposes such as wedding. That's what was on our photo. You can also save for old age, to use it as a collateral when you want to get a loan from the bank, or you want to get more finances to boost your business. You can do that through the savings. Savings can also be done through pulling resources together for those who might be in a group. Like here we are, how many are we in the call? 23 of us. If everybody was to give $10, then we will bring the money together and give one person. That person will be able to start a business through pulling resources together of all of us. Then next month, we can do the same. We can come together, pull our resources together, contribute $10 each, give to another person. A group saving create a foundation for the group investments. If you're in a group, you can save and do an investment that is for the benefit of the group members. Savings enables families to meet their basic needs and improve their livelihoods. You know the basic needs that we require: food, shelter, health, education, and clothing. Through the savings, we can be able to meet these needs. What determines what you can be able to save? There are several things that determines what you can save. One is your level of earnings, of income. What if you're employed, what you can save or what you can set aside is determined by how much you're earning. Another thing that can determine what you can save is the discipline. You as an individual, how disciplined are you Do you spend all your money, or do you know there is tomorrow and you can set aside some so that you can use it at a later date? Discipline is a key thing to determine how much you can save in their consumption habits. There are some people, when you want, if you're employed, at the end of the month when you're paid, you spend all your money. The following month, you start struggling on how you're going to survive. So, but if you're disciplined, you're able to save, and you can tame your habits on how you're spending your money. Individual social culture obligation. There are some who you might want to save, but the obligation that you have for the extended family, you have brothers, sisters, our parents, they might not enable us to save. That is also a factor that determines if we are able to save or if we are not. Ability to save is also determined by the social influence, especially peer pressure. Your friends also can determine how much you are able to save. Because if you have friends who every time they want you to go shopping, they want to go out with you, you will not be able to save. So look out at your friends and know what kinds of friends are they. Are they people who can enable you to succeed through savings, or you are just a spendthrift? Individual goals and ambitions determine their savings patterns. Your goals are some of the things that can determine if you are able to save or not, or your ambition. What are your ambitions? What do you want to do? It might be now or later. That can also determine whether you are able to save or not. Economic environment, such as inflation, high cost of living, and vice versa, determines people's ability to save. Like now in your area, I know because of the war and the things going around, it might be tough to save because everything has skyrocketed and they're very expensive. So with your income, you might be spending more than you were spending before what happened. But through discipline and cutting down on your expenditure, you can still be able to save. What are the benefits of savings? Savings cushion against risk and financial shocks. If you have savings and something happens, you will not be at risk. And those who had savings before war started, they were able to cater for their families for a certain period of time. Savings also creates peace of mind because you know you have something, you are not worried in case you lose your job. And we are always told it is good to have a 6-month saving plan of your current expenditure every time, to have what you are spending every month, to have 6 months of it, so that in case you lose your job or something happens, you are able to stay comfortably the same lifestyle for 6 months. So this is the part that it creates peace of mind when you have savings. Provide monetary safety nets. Yeah, you will be safe because you know you have something. Facilitate accumulation of wealth. You know you have something that you can use to create wealth through the savings. Enable earning of income in case of saving investments. The savings that you have saved, you can use it as investment and earn something from that money. To enable future expenditure, like for school fees, we've said school fees nowadays is very expensive, but if you save, you can use that money for school fees. Create ability to invest in productive assets. Provide collateral for borrowing. If you want to borrow money, you can use your savings as a collateral to borrow. You can also use your savings to buy assets that can give you more money. I saw you do farming, you can buy a tractor to do the farming, and through the tractor you will be able to earn some money. Up to there, do you have a question or opinion? or any contribution. These are the processes of saving. First, you ask yourself, what's your goal? Why are you saving? So that you don't just save without a purpose. And the processes depends with an individual. Why are you saving? What is your project, or what is your goal that you are saving for? Is it a long-term goal, a short-term goal? What do you want to do? Have goal as to why you want to save. Decide how much money you want to save and the frequency. Do you want to be saving monthly, weekly, half yearly, quarterly? And this mostly is determined by your goal. What are you saving for? Are you saving for an investment, for education, for social services? This is determined by your goal and how much you want to save by the end of your plan. If you want to save $200, how much am I supposed to be saving every month so that within a year or 6 months, I'm able to achieve my target? Choose a channel of saving. You can save through the bank, through the microfinance, through a group, if you're in a group of people, and then you start saving. And here you're not supposed to be procrastinating, because through procrastination, you'll be saying, I'll start next month, and you find yourself a year has gone or even 6 months and you've not started saving. So it's good when you set a goal, you start immediately. These are the forms of where you can save. There are formal and informal channels of savings. Formal channels, we have banks like Afghanistan International Bank, National Bank of Pakistan. Those are some of the banks in your area that you can use to save. You can also save through mobile savings. So you have M-Pesa. You can use M-Pesa to save. You can also save through non-bank financial institution, like the group model. You can save, you come together as a group of maybe 10 people, 20, and then you start your contribution. There are savings and credit cooperatives that you can save, like the question that Zahira was asking. Mostly the SACCOs or savings and credit cooperatives are the ones that you give a certain percentage of your money, then they give you 3 or 4 times of the money. Microfinance institutions, you can also save with them. Also, there are informal channels of savings, like saving in kind. Saving in kind means that you can buy something, then that is a form of saving. You can buy like a cow, sheep, poultry when they are young, then keep it for some time. You'll sell them later when they have gained value. You might have bought it for $10. After 6 months, you sell it at $50. Saving in cash at home. You can be saving at your house. A home bank, we have things we call home bank, like this one. This is somewhere you can be putting your money. This is what we call home bank. It's an informal channel of saving. Saving in cash with others. We can decide, like the people in the class, we will be saving every month, we contribute, or we can form a WhatsApp group and say we will be contributing every month or every week or every 2 weeks and saving our cash. Collective savings, we bring together our money and put together. It's almost the same as this, saving with others. Table banking. Table banking means that we come together meeting physically. Like today, if our meeting was physical meeting, we can contribute money, then give to one person or take this money and take it to a bank. This is also an informal channel of savings. And here in Africa, it happens most of the time. Merry-go-round. In merry-go-round, if you are a group of 10, We pick numbers from number 1 up to number 10. And every time we meet, for the first time that we will meet, number 1 will be given this money for the merry-go-round. The next time we meet, if we are meeting monthly, number 2, until we go round everybody. That is why it is called a merry-go-round, because we are going round and until everybody is given their part or their share of the money. You can save through the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper is where we go to buy our goods. You can be taking your money there. Maybe you are anticipating to have a social event in August. And you know the money that I have, if I keep the money, I might spend. So you'll be taking it to the shopkeeper like a form of saving. And when that time comes in August, you'll just be able to go and pick the goods. Or you want to start an enterprise. And you have a shopkeeper who sells goods in wholesale. You'll be taking your money there. And when the time comes for you to start your enterprise, you'll just go get your goods because you've been saving. It can be weekly, monthly. It will all depend with you. So those are formal types of savings. It can be formal or informal. In your area, apart from these banks that I've stated, Afghanistan International Bank and the National Bank of Pakistan, which other institution that is formal that you can save your money? This is an example of a home bank, and it can be used by an individual, a group. If you're using it as a group, you set a target and maybe you say, whoever will have saved the most, you say we are saving for a period of 6 months. And after the 6 months, we'll come together, all of us as group members, like the way Zahra is saving with group association. After the end of the 6 months, we'll come together and open our home banks of piggy bank. And the biggest saver, or whoever will have saved the most, will be rewarded. So first of all, you'll be disciplined to save, and there's a motivator because it's like a competition that you're doing with your group members to save. You say little by little, the container gets saved. Because if today you put $2, tomorrow another $1, by the end of the month, it will not be $2, it will be more. This is the merry-go-round that I explained about, where we come together. Then each person, if we are 10 or we are 15, each person is given the share of is given the contribution that we do every time that we meet until we go round all the members. Members cast votes to determine the sequence of awarding the money. Yes, when we come together and we are 10 of us or 5 of us, we write numbers, then everybody picks a number, and the number that you pick determines when you will be given the money. They are also known as rotating savings and credit association, where a group of individuals agrees to meet for a defined period in order to save and borrow together. It is a form of combined peer-to-peer banking and peer-to-peer lending. You can save. This is what we call peer-to-peer banking because we are saving, putting the money together and giving to one person. So it's like we are banking. If today we are giving Zahra, we are banking on her. Next month, we'll give to Altaf. So that month we are banking on Altaf. Or we can lend. We can give to Altaf or Zahra to start his enterprise or to expand his enterprise. This is an example of people when they are in the meeting, in the group meeting, and here they are showing them contributing money, the money being calculated by the group officials. That is an example. Table banking is the one that I said we come together. If our meeting today was not virtual, it was physical, we'd have brought money, and if the meeting was not virtual and our purpose was to contribute, we'd have contributed the money and give to somebody. The table banking activity involves literally placing the money on the table and agreeing on who will be given the cash collected that day. Through table banking, it is not a must we cast votes and decide who will get the money next month, this month, or in June. We can come that day, collect the money, and decide during the meeting who will get the money. The group usually has guiding rules and regulations on the operation of the fund, which includes when the members refund the money given, it can be weekly, bi-weekly, on the month or monthly. When we contribute this money on the table banking, we have rules or guidelines that if today we give that money to Zahra, when is she supposed to refund that money? Are we meeting weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly? That depends with each group and how they have set their rules or regulations. This is also an example of people meeting and doing table banking. They place the money on the table, then the money can be given to an individual. You can also save through mobile banking. I saw you have M-Pesa, you can save your money. You can send through M-Pesa, you can send, save, or you can receive money through M-Pesa. M-Pesa is one way of saving. If you're not saving through the bank, through the group members, you can save through your phone. This system where the group members or individual collectively decide to save money through mobile money. The cash deposits is done through the service provider. Like the service provider in your area is M-Pesa. Once the amount is in the customer's account, it can be transferred to any other account that's subscribed to the respective service provider for saving, like bank, or just keep it on a separate SIM card for future use. You can decide the money that you have on your phone. Do you want to keep it on the phone, or you want to transfer it to a financial institution? When you have money on your phone, it is very tempting to use the money anytime. So if you know you cannot keep the money on your phone, kindly transfer it to your account. Learn to avoid temptation to spend the saving and reach your own covenant with your saving plan. Through the savings, it's like you put a covenant why you are saving. So if you don't want to spend the money on your phone, you can save it. You can put it in the account, or if you are disciplined enough, you can let it stay on your phone. I'm sorry for that. These are the form of mobile saving that I saw. Afghan Wireless, a mobile platform that you can save. There's also this one. Islamic Bank of Afghanistan ensures safe and secure way to send, store, and receive money. If there is another mobile platform that you use you can save money, send, or receive, kindly share on the chat box. Maybe there's somebody who doesn't know and they might benefit. From your end, I say you do exchange. This is a form of informal provision of service provider, because it's not an institution. It is somebody doing the exchange of the money. This is a good example of informal way of getting money. If you have dollars, you can go and exchange with their currency, but informally, because this is not a regulated way of doing things. The same thing here is what is happening. This is an informal way of exchanging money. Saving in kind, I had told you, you can decide. If you're not saving in an institution, you're not saving through merry-go-round or with other people, you can save in kind. And we encourage you to save in kind through either rearing livestock or farming. You can decide to put chicken at your home, or you can do crop farming. This is also a form of saving, because when you do farming, what you tilled on your land, by the time you're going to harvest, it will not be the same, of the same value that like what you put when you are planting. Example, you can buy a chick when it is young, keep it for 3 or 6 months, and by the time you're going to sell it, it will be at a higher value. And that is a form of saving, because what you invested is not what you will get. And whatever you will get, the difference between what you invested and how much you will sell, it will help you to improve your family income. And you can save the difference. Through crop farming, these are people who are doing farming. You can decide which kind of farming that you want to do. It can be this one. These are what I saw being done in your area. It can be this one, here. It depends with the area, whatever you decide to do, what is working in your area. This is a form of saving in kind, because at the planting season, you will not spend much, but when you harvest and sell, you will get more than what you invested. Available savings today may be invested in farming of crops such as vegetables, fruits, cereals, spices. These are the form of crop farming that you can do. You can do vegetables, fruits, cereals, spices. Instead of being used for consumption for higher yield in the future, you can use it to sell it later at a higher price. With a little saving, one can also invest in crop farming and eventually increase same savings upon harvest and sale of the crop. Yes, what I've said. When you're planting, you will have spent less, but at the harvest time, you will sell and get more. This may either be short-term or long-term crop season. It depends what you're selling or what you did farming. You can do farming for short-term or long-term. Short-term, mostly we say the crop farming that we do for 3 months and below. Long-term, 3 months and above. And here are the examples of short-term farming. So you do cabbages, you can do spices or greens. Here we also do cabbages like in your area. That's why I put these two, because they are the same. You can do spices. These I think they were onion with what they were there. It all depends with what you want to do. And if your area, you can be able to do cabbages. This is a short-term crop. You can do it. Some cereals take longer, like maize. You can find maize, it may take 1 year. So depending with your area and what you're able to do, you decide. That is also a form of crop farming. These are farmers who did vegetables and now they've come to sell in the market. And they are trading, so they are getting income from what they had what they were farming as a form of savings during that time. You can use of saving in trading or services business for higher return. You can decide you're not a farmer, but you can go to the farm, buy the goods that they have produced, and you go sell. Like here we can see a trader selling his merchandise. He might not be the one who did the farming, but he's selling. So you can decide through your savings, you go buy goods from the farm and come sell. Here is also an example of another trader who is selling. And I like the way he displayed his goods. It's very easy for this customer to pick what they want. So as an entrepreneur, also presentation of their work is very important, because it gives the customer an easy time on what they will choose when they want to buy. Yeah, we have another trader also selling, but this trader is selling shoes. You can either start your business through saving on your own, through the cooperatives, or merry-go-round, depending on what is available for you at that time. And when you sell, you will not get as the same as what you had invested, because in entrepreneurship, we do business to get profit, not just doing business. Crop storage. When you're doing farming, you should ask yourself, if you're doing especially the long-term farming, after you've gotten your harvest, how are you going to store those harvests so that they don't get spoiled, and when it's time to sell, they're still in good condition and you can sell and recover your money. So storage is very important. You should consider and know what is stored where so that it does not get spoiled. These are also farmers at work in your area. These are fruits, I think these are hay. So depending with what works for you, it's you to decide on what you will go for. All these forms of savings that we've talked about, there are advantages and disadvantages of every form, and everything has a disadvantage and an advantage. So on the formal channels of savings, the advantage of the formal form of savings, it's high security, since most of them are regulated, and you find that they are regulated by the bank. Easy encashment and withdrawal. When you've saved on the formal channel, when you want to get your money, it's easy to get because you'll just go to the bank and get your money. If you're saved on the mobile platform, you'll just withdraw. Easy physical access because numerous service centers are available. If a certain bank has many branches, you can access your money easily when you want in the area that you are. And through the mobile platform, you don't even have to go to the financial institution to access your money. Accountability due to regulation. Because they are regulated by the government, there is accountability, and you losing your money is not easy. Access to higher amount, the one I said about circles or cooperatives. When you save with them, you can be able to get higher amount from your savings. Disadvantage, rigid saving features. Because they are regulated, sometimes you might find the offers that they are giving is not favorable to the customers. So this is the rigid saving feature. Unsuitable product and services for low-income members. If you don't have much, you might not be able to access their service because they have their target market, and some people might not fit their criteria that they are using. Bureaucratic processes and requirements. Because of the regulation also, they have longer processes for you to access the money or even their service. Unlike like the merry-go-round, we just come together, decide today we are giving Zahra the money, and Zahra goes home with the money. So those are the advantages and disadvantages. If there are others, kindly add them on the chat. Merit and demerit of informal channels of saving. Advantages of informal. Informal are like the table banking, merry-go-round, or the groups. Allow savings of small amounts. We decide as the members how much are we going to save every month, every week, or bi-weekly, because it's us. We are not regulated by the bank or the board of the institution. No minimum costs. There's no saying we need $2 to open an account with the group or with the merry-go-round. It's us to decide what we are doing. Easy access. We know the members. We know each other. That's why we come together, so it's easy to access. Less bureaucratic. We don't have bureaucracy. because mostly you find those people in the merry-go-round or groups, they are friends. So no bureaucracy, accommodate unbanked members. If you don't have an account, you can still join the group, you can join the merry-go-round, offer higher returns on investments. Sometimes you find if our group or our merry-go-round has been there for long, it will be able to offer higher returns for the members, depending with the roles that you put as a group or as a merry-go-round. You find you have more money, and when you invest, the returns that you get, the members are able to get returns from that money. You can decide with the money that we contribute, we might buy a tractor to be doing our farming, or open a shop, and the profit that we will get, this is the money that the group members will be able to divide that, getting higher return. And like when you do it as an individual, you might not get higher returns as much. Involvement in decision making on the management of the group, resources, and in operation of the savings features. Because we are there, all of us, everybody is involved in decision making. It is also friendly and flexible. Disadvantage, limited amount of saving. We might not be able to save much because our income is less. Security not guaranteed. We might have members who are not trustworthy. And when they are given the share of their money, they might not refund. And reliability of records, they might not be able to put their records well. There's a topic about bookkeeping. If we are able to cover it on our next lesson, or when we will cover it, we'll talk about records. And it is very important to keep records so that in case of anything, we are able to refer to what we said or how much was contributed. Limited product outlay for low-income members. We might not have much products for the members who their income are low, dependent on leadership of the group. If the leadership is weak, you might find that the group or the merry-go-round might not operate very well. Challenges of savings mobilization. When doing savings, and especially as a group, sometimes there are challenges, which might be economic conditions. When the economy is not doing so well, we might not be able to save. Culture and perceptions. There are some cultures that does not believe in savings. Some women are not even allowed to own properties or to save. Inconsistent saving, habit of saving. We might start saving, but we are not consistent on how we are saving. Minimal returns. Some we save, but we are not able to get a return as we expected. From subsistence business that limits the ability to save. Limited information. We might not have information on where to save, how to save, and how we can access the saving platform. That might also be a challenge. High indebtedness. You have so much debt, you're not even able to save. Suggested good saving habits, discipline. For you to be able to save, one thing is you have to be disciplined. Without discipline, you cannot be able to save. Because as I said, saving, if you decide to save and you procrastinate, you'll never save. So you should be disciplined, have a clear purpose for saving, and ensure you stick to your set objective. Why are you saving? What is your goal? And when you have a goal, you'll find yourself, it becomes easier for you to save, even without being reminded, because you know why are you saving? Because you have a reason why you are saving. Ensure you prepare. When you're going for shopping, prepare a shopping list to avoid impulse buying, because when you impulse buy, you'll not be able to save, because you will be spending what you should be saving. Withdraw your savings when you achieved your set goal and ensure that you utilize it for the intended purpose. When you've saved and now it's time to implement or do what you had planned, withdraw and make sure you utilize it for that intended purpose. Maintain a good saving record to enable you to track the expenses and ensure you operate within the saving plan. Always prepare a budget that would give an estimate of intended project to be financed by the saving. Cut down your expenses. For example, if you use expensive means of transport, go for cheaper means. If it is near home, you can walk some days. It is not a must to use a form of transport. You can decide to walk. Cut down or eliminate the unnecessary expenses. For you to be able to achieve your goal and save, you cut down on unnecessary expenses. Shop for bargains. Buy for goods while they are on sale. That way you'll be able to save some money and cut down on your costs. Poor saving habits. If you follow this one, you will not be able to save. Because we've said how you can do it. Avoid living beyond your means. Bad life habits like gambling, being overgenerous, just giving money without thinking of tomorrow or planning. Lack of planning can also hinder your saving. Impulse purchases, buying without a plan. If you do that, you will not be able to save. Buying expensive items where you can get the same item for a cheaper price. Buying excess, buying things that you don't need. Having a monkey hand, this is where I always opening the saving, the money that you put aside. You put money in the piggy bank or on your phone, but every time you're going to withdraw, that we call having a monkey hand, because you cannot let the money stay. You're going after the money. And what were the expectations after the training? Specifically, expected outcome will be enhanced saving knowledge among members. After this, I hope people will be able to save, increased saving by the members. People will be able to open enterprises and maybe form groups where they can save together.